Picture this, right? A bright office, empty coffee cups everywhere, and two totally exhausted software engineers, Arav and Maya. After 6 months of just relentless coding, today is finally launch day for their brand new online shopping platform. Arav gives the nod, Maya clicks launch website, and guess what? Real orders actually start rolling in. It's a huge moment. But they have absolutely no idea what's about to happen next. So, this brings us to a really fascinating question. What actually happens when your startup's launch day is, well, a little too successful? I mean, it sounds like the ultimate dream scenario, right? The very next morning, some massive internet influencer happens to stumble upon their brand new website. The influencer makes this quick video telling all their followers, guys, you absolutely have to check this out. Boom, it is the literal marketing jackpot. But in the tech world, going viral overnight can quickly turn your biggest dream into an absolute nightmare. Within seconds, the phones around the office just start buzzing nonstop. Arav and Maya are staring at their analytics dashboard, and the visitor counter is just going completely wild. I mean, it jumps to 100 visitors, then 500, then 5,000, 20,000, and suddenly they're staring at 100,000 visitors flooding their site, all at the exact same time. Maya looks at Arav, eyes wide, and just says, I think we're going viral. And the tension in the room just skyrockets, because honestly, their underlying code and servers, they just weren't prepared for this kind of stampede.
They immediately hit a hard physical limitation. On their dashboard, they're watching the server CPU usage spike to 95%, then 98%, locking at a hard 100%. It has officially hit maximum capacity. And for the users on the other end, the website just hangs. It just says loading, 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 until finally, that dreaded error 503 pops up on the screen. The website has totally crashed. Instantly, customers just start leaving. Some take to social media to complain, some are frantically refreshing the page, but, a lot of them just give up entirely and take their money somewhere else.
Now, what's really interesting about this moment is the sheer, visceral panic that sets in. Maya realizes the massive scale of the disaster and yells, "We're losing thousands of customers." It's basically every founder's absolute worst fear playing out in real time. But just as the panic reaches its absolute peak, something totally bizarre happens. Everything freezes, time literally stops, and suddenly their cramped, super stressful startup office magically transforms into this sleek, futuristic cloud world. Out of nowhere, this smiling, friendly cloud character appears right in front of them. "I'm Cloudy," he says calmly. "I'm AWS, and I think I can help." Arav is, understandably, utterly confused and asks who he is, but Cloudy steps right into this mentor role and gets straight to the core of their issue. He explains, look, you built your website for hundreds of visitors, but today you received hundreds of thousands. It's this fundamental mismatch between what they expected and reality. I mean, building for a quiet street just doesn't work when a massive parade suddenly routes right through it.
So Cloudy waves a hand, and magically, a giant humming computer materializes right in the middle of the room. He introduces them to Amazon EC2. Instead of taking weeks to go out, buy expensive physical hardware and, plug it into a closet somewhere, EC2 lets you just rent powerful computers in the cloud exactly when you need them. So they quickly move their website code onto this new EC2 instance, and instantly, everything comes back online. The error messages vanish, the customers return, and the orders resume. Maya starts cheering, thinking they've totally fixed it, but Cloudy just kind of smiles and says, not yet.
Because as we know, the internet never sleeps, and that viral video is still gaining serious traction. The stakes escalate rapidly here. The visitor count doesn't just stop at 100,000. It pushes to 250,000, 500,000, 800,000, and then smashes right into 1 million concurrent visitors. And that single, powerful EC2 server they just set up? Yeah, it begins to sweat. Its internal fans start spinning wildly, and its CPU is creeping right back up to 100%. Because the stark reality of computing is that one single computer, no matter how incredibly powerful you make it, can still only do so much work at once. So Cloudy snaps his fingers and we see auto-scaling in action. That one straining server magically duplicates, becoming 2. Then 2 become 4. 4 become 8. 8 becomes 16, all just seamlessly appearing across the room. Cloudy explains that as more people arrive on the site, AWS automatically launches more servers to share the heavy lifting. And the truly brilliant part about this, when that viral spike finally ends and traffic decreases, AWS automatically removes those extra servers, so you don't pay for what you aren't using. The website speed immediately returns to normal, and those 1 million customers can just keep shopping happily. But just when Arav and Maya finally take a collective breath, an unexpected twist hits. Boom! One of those 16 servers suddenly sparks, fills the room with thick smoke, and just completely shuts down. Maya grabs her hair in total frustration and yells, "Oh no, we're finished!" I mean, after everything they just learned and fixed, a completely random hardware failure is threatening to take their momentum down all over again.
But Cloudy, he just laughs this off, pointing over to the flow of the digital traffic. He introduces them to a load balancer. Think of it like a traffic cop that is constantly running these health checks on every single server. When that one server sparked and died, the load balancer instantly recognized, hey, this one's unhealthy, and automatically redirected the incoming traffic to the remaining healthy servers. The failed server is bypassed entirely. This means the customers who are actively checking out, they never even noticed there was a problem.
Okay, so with the compute power stabilized, they hit a completely different wall. Because this is a shopping platform, customers aren't just clicking, they're uploading. Suddenly, users are uploading product images of shoes, phones, laptops, furniture, you name it. Thousands of photos very quickly turn into millions. Arav looks at their rapidly filling hard drive capacity and asks a very urgent, very real question. Where do we store all these files? Because if they run out of storage space, the whole application is going to freeze up all over again. To solve this data dilemma, Cloudy opens the doors to this gigantic, glowing digital warehouse. Inside, these shelves just stretch out endlessly, wavy on the horizon. Every single image uploaded by a customer flies inside and is instantly, perfectly organized on those shelves. Cloudy introduces them to Amazon S3. It's a storage service literally designed to grow automatically as your data grows. With S3, Arav and Maya realize they never, and I mean literally never, have to worry about running out of storage space again, whether they have 100 photos or 10 billion.
Now, their platform isn't just surviving, it's become a global phenomenon. Orders are actively arriving from India, Japan, Germany, Brazil, Australia. But as the scope expands globally, a whole new set of complaints starts rolling in. International customers start taking to social media asking, why is the website so slow? The physics of the internet means that data takes time to travel through those massive underwater cables across oceans. If your server is in New York, a customer in Tokyo is going to experience a really frustrating delay when trying to load those millions of product photos.
Cloudy smiles again, and suddenly these glowing copies of every single product image appear in miniature data centers, they're called edge locations, scattered all around the globe. He explains that CloudFront is a content delivery network, so the crucial point is it keeps copies of your data physically closer to your end users. Instead of that customer in Japan downloading an image all the way from another continent, they receive it instantly from a CloudFront edge location right there in Tokyo. The global latency completely vanishes, and the pages load almost instantly worldwide.
The startup is flying high now, but Maya is a great engineer, which means, naturally, she's always thinking about the absolute worst-case scenario. She brings up this terrifying thought. What if our database crashes? Just think about what actually lives in a database. It's not just product photos, right? It's thousands of created customer accounts, highly sensitive payment information, home addresses, and all those unfulfilled orders. If the web servers go down, it's an annoyance. But if the database is lost, the company is dead.
Cloudy immediately steps in to protect their absolute most valuable asset. He places this thick, glowing protective shield completely around their database. But he doesn't stop there. A second, identical database quietly appears right beside it. Cloudy introduces Amazon RDS. RDS handles all the heavy lifting of database management. It automatically backs up your data continuously, and crucially, it provides that standby database, which is ready to instantly take over if something goes wrong with the primary one. It ensures that even during a catastrophic failure, those customer orders continue safely and securely, no data lost.
Of course, on the internet, success attracts attention, and it's not always the good kind. Just as they secure the database, a group of cartoon hackers arrive on the scene. Seeing this massive new e-commerce site, they launch a coordinated attack. They start sending thousands of malicious, fake requests designed to just overwhelm the system and take it offline. Back in Arav and Maya's office, the dashboard starts flashing this bright, warning red.
But Cloudy, completely unfazed, he raises another massive glowing shield over the entire infrastructure to demonstrate cloud security. This security layer acts like a highly intelligent bouncer, actively identifying and bouncing fake requests away right at the door. Cloudy proves a massive point here. The cloud isn't just fast and scalable, it is inherently highly secure. And the absolute best part? While this massive attack is being deflected, the real legitimate customers inside the store, they just continue shopping completely uninterrupted. They have no idea it's even happening.
Let's step back for a second and look at the big picture. Weeks later, Arav and Maya's tiny startup office is completely unrecognizable.
They have more employees, more computers, millions of steady orders, and they're serving a global audience flawlessly. Why? Because they mapped every single startup crisis to a specific AWS solution. They needed a server, they used EC2. Viral traffic was handled by autoscaling. A server crash was mitigated by a load balancer. Millions of files were stored in S3. Global latency was eliminated by CloudFront, and their core data was protected by Amazon RDS. It wasn't just one magic bullet. It was this totally interconnected ecosystem.
As Cloudy prepares to leave them, he delivers the absolute core lesson of this entire journey. He says, most people think AWS is just servers. It isn't. It's storage, it's networking, databases, security, scaling, and reliability. It's dozens of services working together, so your business can keep growing. And what's amazing to realize here is that every single time you shop online, binge a movie on Netflix, stream music on Spotify, or upload a photo from your phone, this exact symphony of cloud technology is running flawlessly right behind the scenes.
Months ago, two exhausted friends had one laptop and a dream. Today, their business serves millions. And it's not because they went out and bought the world's biggest computer. It's because they understood how to leverage the cloud. You now know exactly how this technology scales, protects, and powers the entire modern internet. You've seen the tools and you've heard the story. So the final thought I want to leave you with today is this. You know how it works, but what will you build with it? Thanks for exploring this incredible story with me, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.